Hello pals, welcome back to my weekly show. Trivium has popped out a new song. Amongst the Shadows and the Stones is the name of a new song pop out this week. In this program, we discuss Trivium. For more details, don't go anywhere.
Congratulations. I feel like every dude has like a beard right now. Every single one that doesn't normally have a beard. But yes, you do normally have something.
This is the last fucking show for us on this tour. So my friends, if you want to be numero motherfucking uno, then all of us gotta step it the fuck up. Can we do that? I didn't hear you, Bibero. Can we fucking do that? This is off ascendancy. This is like light to the flies.
Trivium, the American heavy metal band from Orlando, Florida, has had non-stop great albums in my opinions, especially Shogun. I've never seen anything like them before, and not only are these songs amazing, the shows are as well. My neck was sore for a week after coming home from one of the concerts. Every single album is flawlessly created to me, and yes, they have made some sound changes, but you are not a real fan if you are not appeared for a band it changed their sound. Amazing guitar work, vocals, and especially the drums on the new album. I will never understand how this band is so underrated compared to the likes of A7X. What an amazing fucking band they really are.
I think once it was time for me to start doing it, I liked it.
Dug it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Hetfield was my hero, so I was like, I could be like my hero.
Absolutely. Do exactly what he does. And it said that eventually you took that singing position just by performing growling and screaming because those were the vocal techniques you were capable of at the time.
I mean, when you're 12, 13, your voice isn't that good.
No, it's much higher,
Yeah,
too.
especially for metal. But what was weird about mine is I could only sing low. So I was telling Dave Mustaine from Megadeth about this. We did a cover of Tornado of Souls when I was like 13.
Okay.
I had to sing the whole thing like 1 or 2 octaves below, so it sounds terrible.
Really?
And we also did This Love, and I also sang that like an octave lower.
Then Phil?
Yeah, it was really bad. So I was a 13-year-old with like a super deep singing voice, with a higher talking voice.
Whoa, how weird.
Yeah, so it just wasn't good.
Trivium may still be growing up in public, but just 9 months after the release of the breakthrough album, I shouldn't say they're already one of the most important bands in the metalcore landscape. Besides, lyrics are only frustrating for Trivium. The title track runs on Smith's impeccably articulated beats, bassist Paolo Conting thunder, and especially Hiffy and the guitarist Corey Liquid twin leads. As Hiffy explains, Trivium's current momentum is largely to a simple level-headedness. We're young, but we really have our own heads wrapped around this business. We know what you need to do and what you need to avoid. We are conscious of everything we do. I think that's something you don't see in a lot of artists. We're not alcoholics. We're not drug addicts. We were maybe just a little douchebag earlier on, but I definitely got that completely out of my system right away. It's all about the show for us, making every moment be as good as it can. The whole day is just preparing for the show, being healthy. For me, it's drinking shitload of water and doing exercises, scratching exercises, guitar exercises. We don't want our fans having a bunch of guys who are drugged or hungover around on the stage. Last week, the band has shared another new track, Amongst the Shadows and the Stones. The inspiration for the song started when a war history website posted a story of a soldier visiting the graves of his fallen comrades, and he described it as a walking amongst the shadows and the stones, says the guitarist Corey. The first thing I came up with was, the ghost of war will haunt my bones amongst the shadows and the stones, which then inspired the music for the new song. but the lyrical subject became something totally different as we got deeper into the songwriting. But that was the spark. Now, Amongst the Shadow and the Stones captures elements of the heaviest material Trivium has done across our entire catalog. Trivium has released a new video for What the Dead Men Say, the title track for the 9th studio album. What the Dead Men Say is the follow-up single to Catastrophist, which was released last month. Speaking about the track, the bassist Paulo says, "We always take seriously which song becomes the title track because it represents the album's musical theme and ambition." What the Dead Men Say started off as two separated demos but emerged from the writing sessions as one epic tune. This is a riff beast.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly what's going on with it, but I remember one of the earlier thoughts we had was people whose favorite bands are one band, they should dig into what their favorite bands were into. And for us, we went back to, the metal greats, the ones that laid the foundation for what everyone would build upon later on in metal's history. And then digging back into our heroes, it helped inspire what Silence in the Snow would become.
Inspiration-wise, obviously the bands that we've always loved since the beginning, the Metallicas, the Iron Maidens, Megadeth. It's all kind of piled up into our sound. Even the Gothenburg sound, bands like In Flames, Soilwork, Dark Tranquillity, which really made up a huge part of the early Trivium sound, like Amber to Inferno and Ascendancy. Even some more underground stuff, Death, which was a huge inspiration on some of the riffing on Ascendancy. That's stuff that stayed with us. It just takes different forms, and we're a constantly evolving band. We're always growing, but we don't try to cast off those influences in our sound. We're always trying to present them, and I think now it's more of a subconscious thing. I don't have to listen to those records to know that they're in the way I write. They're just ingrained in my mind, in my memory.
Speaking previously about Trivium New Album, guitarist Corey said they wanted to build on the foundation that we established with the last album. The record has all the elements that are Trivium, along with all us wanting to keep pushing ourselves creatively. This leads to a highly inspired and fast-paced writing and recording process that really captures the energy of the band.
Alright then pals, that was for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you subscribe me on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. Make sure that you put comments and let me know what you think about the content of the program. Thank you and see you all next week.